Ghana fue yedie na bayo yedie na bay Epestin fertilizer booster aya purely organic efrasa simu ene de massas no obo ade ensa no pe na menu akayo se wudro bia nim enti se ode yafu a anya ade aduaba no anase wo a wudi no benya soso bia na chese be ma kwaye aye decoration kane no a ebe fa na tuma pa e de afra na de ma Epestin eda nso kra ne se ene ma no wadua na ewuo na flowers ni aduaba na etiti guo no agya wadwo a se wudi Epestin kanu a ene te se magic no ebe ye prom fe na aso aba bebre anwadi mu pa eti se no kuafo ebenya sika ene anigye awo mabra bomu a na utimi se enya sam keto akora Epestin ya mamomo piafo apanifo monfrɛ ahoman na monje nkyiremu ya ehye media 0552 505723 ana plus 160 922 78043 Epestin fertilizer booster piao mama kuadwuma ayani kapa
making farming sexy again. Epestin, operation kill yourself. Epestin, plant your trees and crops.
Yo, what here for ne ashafo sabre yeda aye obade asese aye ne pe na menu mienu enne enwumre yetimi ahyiamu ewa hanom se menu hyiamu wa hanom na aye dwumadie ba kupe enti na sabre ye wo ha aye positivity with Reverend DN Adjei sa dwumadie ye dwumadie sronko a menu mienu wahwe ho a adwuada bia ye hyiamu ewa hanom Sadi abribia yetimi ko checkups ene niema no we de ye 3 year this checkup ayeko no every Monday bia na me no mi ya ba besua bibi na ye de abo ye bra niema ebetimi beboa ye be ma ye betimi beko anim e wa abrabom ekwan ye be faso a be ma ye bete niema bi ase na jumadi sronko a Reverend atudin say positivity with Reverend DN Adjei enti dwumadie die se wo bomodea na se wo betie bia wo bewie ne na kyese o build your mindset or attitude towards niema how you see things ebesesa bebre enti be se bomodea se obaso a dwumadie wo be share se de wo nua bi se de wadanfo bi nso dwumadie be ye mfaso ede ebema no yeda se bebre se sabre mu nyina masom na Reverend yebegina ayatiefo ne ahwefo nyina ananmu na yede ama wo akwaba kase ede aba wankasa wudwumadie so ti Reverend we de yema akwaba
ojo we yebeje osuna ayada wase nsuso de bia da tiefo ase na ye na wonso ase
yo yeda se bebre ye nyina yeda ye ho ase ye nyina yeda ye ho ase because waboy bebre wabra atiefo ne ahwefo nyina so bebre na obi biara kanti sabre de na mefo se yede aseda kase ebema wo se abribia wonya emre ede emayen na abribia wutimi ne yen ebeche nyansa wo no no bi na de o pass it on to us so atiase nti na chese yeda wase bebre nti Reverend we de maybe a kwan ede amount na enne bibi biara wo bia o person ne yeche bia a kwan eda ho yeda ase bebre so
yeah we say for some time now yeah sure issue ya to the these offenses and we've looked at so many things now but you make us say idea ya misi subium and say kind offenses you can say ayonkonom ebetimi offend ye and sometimes to the system can also cause an offense and I can say a to the business onyame so to me offend ye psychologically sometimes we think that God has offended us. And the last part, and so it's my friend says self-offense. And the offenses I can once it is coming from all these 4 angles. Now, I thought say we that series now, but then there's this critical issue. I want to bring it up now. You discuss here and sana. Say nyame pan near the series never here. I'm talking about the other side of offenses, which is called forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Okay.
It is also very critical and very important. Say, as we try say a better offenses, you bit to me. I share Enyama Bebre because one of the critical things I can say, the offense is not about sometimes it causes a lot of problems. Be now, and I'm saying a cause of problems in we need something a better antidote to the offenses. No, and I think that one of the greatest antidote to offenses and the feeling of offense, no, is what we call forgiveness. Say, onipa afum wona yaudie wo wakuma mu ya kwan bebraya fa so yi yaudie ne de free mu but megiri say the airboy ye ene they are very active and potent say ebe yes yaudie no adwuma pa ene boniface and it's because forgiveness is something that it helps in the healing process and sociologists are who say one of the things that are easily for you to heal when you are offended is something called forgiveness. And until I'm a person, they can't answer. Until Boniface said, "We didn't from so no no Emma healing no because and sometimes too no so forgiveness I can't want them to know it speeds up the reconciliation." And nipa na oya from so no send ya odie na a show mu say it me go through forgiveness na yet forgiveness asia aboa ma yonkofa a wo se sa ba ye ni onipa na ntem no ekọ enkan na aboa eyie kojo the certain necess this forgiveness ya can was a health benefit because as a science student I know say hey many science student be integrated science teacher as somebody has taught a little science I know say because most of the things we are seeing in the faces of people, no, enya kwao, enya se onipa no, opese ni bufu ntina ni buafu. As you develop all this facial expression, no, scientifically something is happening within you. Who release chemical compounds here? Emma all this expression, emotional expression, possible. And sometimes these chemical compounds are a bad effect on you as you keep on releasing it. And forgiveness, known as a one as unipa ya offend you, it helps you to heal. Said a yedi can. And besides, a healing offense need a free mono. As our health benefits be one casua so. Because obi wan sem show mu ademo a wo dwene ho kura na it affects your ability to think. Emma wa dwendwen ene the depression they too so. I think that I'm using the right terminology now. And so of forgiveness has some health benefit be at the mayan if we are able to step into a realm of forgiveness. And I think a very critical Semekan was as I was reading through some other researches. Now, Obichima is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. And now it's just a note be now or see you are doomed. You call evil good and call good evil. You turn darkness into light and light into darkness. You make what is bitter sweet and what is sweet you make bitter. And as we are trying to talk about forgiveness, no. Now, the note of portion are this writer or say it doesn't mean say what is wrong, you describe it as right. Am I through ever?
Yeah, Pachaba.
Koyo bajo timinka.
Pacha, I'm better.
Ya pasi ya de chena tinkani free a morning tina and from Sony ya kwa kokasa ya papa. And so when we talk about forgiveness, let us not create a good picture about it. Sometimes, we just encourage people to keep on offending us if we continue to call what is evil good. I don't know if you say what I'm trying to say. And he said, yet you want to forgive her. It's better that you let the person know that what you did was not good, but it is in my character to forgive. And so the person knows that even though you are forgiven, it doesn't mean any actions against you, and sometimes you save other people when you are frank and you open up and let people know, say, they're almost and yet, it's just a note of caution. I'm a person, Medeba out as we try to encourage forgiveness. Let us not try to cover up and let things that are really bad, in painting the good because a person who and say the engineer the Bonnet Adjei. And so this is the first statement Besser maker. I'll say forgiveness means different things to different people. Like I said, it means different things to different people. Obi say forgive and forget. Obi say and there are so many things, and sometimes there are levels of the forgiveness and you draw, and every individual be any level of draw feel so what they are. Into Obeka so assembly should be moved, but menena yaka. Into the facts assembly should be monofused or feel say or the ache. And sometimes that is how that person understands forgiveness. And so we have levels of understanding when it comes to forgiveness. But say you dem from so na you from so everyone na obiani said you see ehuno. Now there are one or two things that make kana a beboy. Or say generally it involves a decision to let go of resentment and thought of revenge. And it's the same way I'm person me unpacking and and you say and you say it is a decision. Forgiveness is not a feeling, it is a decision. It's the same way I've always tried say me define love. I don't know if I've defined love on this platform. I've always said in modern sociology they say love is a decision. And sometimes when we're young, we thought that love is a feeling. But in reality, you have not actually sat down to make a mental decision. Say, me don't need pay. And sometimes I will feel so. Me feel but we think that you need to go the step further to make the decision. Say, but because I don't want it to take majority of my feeling, I am making the decision to forgive. And so please, whenever we are talking about forgiveness, we are talking about something that has traveled from emotions into a mental reality. The entire was Boniface and Nasem from so for Bonia, I'm more talking about sin. No, I am not doing theology here. I'm doing more like a coaching something. I'm talking about more about mistakes and offenses. And from Swamwasem Nameka, and I was saying I travel from emotional reality into a mental reality. Say, Margine who Aquacosi said, when you pana dear or dear men, 1 year, Nanso media channel. And most of the time, the entire Yakasi the Adjei, now, and so you really na yam fanche, and say, Yen fatchening in a yatinka, Yan Shadan Chinehu, na ye boo ye niguso, na yam make a decision, personal decision, say, I don't want to hold on to this offense, Miniano, or the I am in. So, in order for the forgiveness, no say, a baby pay, take time to think about it and decide to forgive. And it helps. Then in that case, because you have taken time to think about the offense, the devil have no loophole be able to be from Sonny Diaba. But if it is just a feeling, I want to say that when I want to be can't be a see what you now as a because one shut down for one and decide, he said, me this idea with the free me. And so make the forgiveness a decision and not just a feeling. And number one, it is a decision. Number two, that decision is to let go. And Greek word we use in the New Testament is simply mean to let go. Say me manako. And so forgiveness, not just say bibi wo ho but I am allowing it to go. Forgiveness, not just say nipa no form me jitum so form me, but I am allowing it to go. So it is a decision to let go. I dream pa ma fase. Men person from so ne be she me so nti me jai amanaka. Mami can say me jai amanaka. Then the third issue is that so what are you letting go? Resentment. So forgiveness no is a decision to let go resentment. Yaudie na eshewumu no. So in other words, the forgiveness no is not even about the person, it's about you. The feeling, the resentment that you have within you, no. Sa yaudie sa teti ne wumu no. Sa oma hu kwan na wa ye wadwun abo wadwun boso se me mana kono. That decision no is a forgiveness. And it is not just a resentment. So I'm coming back to my position, no. Or say, so you let go of the resentment and the thought of revenge. And what these scholars are saying is, the entire was a forgiveness, a mental reality. They say, besides what you are feeling, no, there's something you are thinking. Besides what you are feeling, meaning I am born, I am a yapa. What you must say, and yet is that their way na may be dear Tianeka. And when he said, oh, Martin Kanakwa, I was a ma a genius so a show with him say, may ye be dear Tianeka, and so I am say a day. And that is why you need to graduate from just a feeling into a mental reality. So, my main canibium, so it's a decision to let go of resentment and a thought of revenge. A decision to let go of resentment and a thought of revenge. The act that hurt or have offended you might always be with you. And this one, I think any Bible studies for Emmanuel Youth MYF page and so. And I was making this argument, I think about 2 years ago, and it's so and I still hold on to this. The fact that they can say forgive and forget, it doesn't mean that when you forgive, you are forgotten. And sometimes, you know, we think that the fact that you remember it, you know, doesn't mean that what they are there be. Because at the end of the day, they are now bekai say oh yeah me bibi. And so the example I make, I said that 2 years ago, now me dey man say when we were in basic school, teacher ni bi tiji yesika say or the question t-shirt was a bibi beside the amaya no ko di sika. And so you na ya kai, and it's so many years ago. So we still remember. But doesn't mean that we are holding on to any resentment. And it doesn't mean that we are holding on to any feeling of revenge. And that is reality of forgiveness. But you may not forgive no be a bibi. Ebi awu na wokai, but okaya atinka be neba wumu. That is what we are talking about. Aya na watinka ne se eyemiya asheme. Eda so sheme so. Eno de na je se onya mfa nche. Mekaye no. Minya atinka bi se mi nkoye ni bi ntua neka. But them maybe I make na mansere say nipa ye ba ado nipa suban pa de sanete. So okay this it doesn't mean so unfanche. So you are human. As long as you are intelligent and your brain can pick up the actions of other people, it means that you can always remember the offenses are ebeba wa kwemu. But the issue is that okaya atinkane is saying yaudie okaya adwene ne kasa na chiro revenge ayadwene a pese uye ni bitua kana. And so you have to work on your heart and your mind. If you are able to work on your heart and your mind, the capacity of the brain to always remember the hurt it is always there because you are human. Because you are human. Who you nipa? Omoye, wabi, and the people around you. So please, you are forgiven. Jitum send me their channel because we need to think about Nibia at Adjei. I say, but forgiveness can lessen as the grip on you and help free you from the control of the person who harmed you. And then then the offense doesn't have a grip on me. Me kai sam from sona and I'm who say any pana sam from son enkura me mubim. It doesn't have a hold on me. And that is the reality of forgiveness. And I'm hoping says obia yo bibi so online so no obia yo bibi consider whether it has a grip on you. Say ushi any pana edasu kura wumu edasu ewura wadwimu edasu ne wati nkandi esiana. If all these things are still there, that is when you still need to work on it. But if you really know that it doesn't have a hold on me, then genuinely I think that the forgiveness, no, I hear a human. I've always said that forgiveness is not a feeling, it is a decision. And I'm saying a decision, you know, because this is something I normally discuss during my premarital counseling. There's something I call the apology language. Menu mienu ana wire men from so. And I was saying, so you also have a role to play in order to make it easy for me to forgive. The offender, who now wire men from so no, and premping what makes it easy, no, the reactions no of the offender. And he said, why you only am from so be na yet so the better. Sometimes normally no. And in marriages, it happens because some of us we don't know how to express the apology language, you know. Even when we are asking for forgiveness, the way we say it, you know, it doesn't help in the healing process, you know. My spiritual father said, na ne sofu panyi bi ehai obi please na nipa so oje dan no dey aya de foforo and they were renting a place for service na omuko na nim so omuko pacha na baba ne kasa aye wo hakra aye aso ekra isama ye ekra ya Adjei say ye kwakọ pe baby kese ekra enti wo dey teku ma ye enti oso oti wona o share the choice of words and nipa no ono a oti tu mu say enkomo na ndi akona enkwa ko wi pe and so we need to help people to forgive us if we offend them. And it's good. Yes, please. So say, oh, for the bar, sorry, them now, okay, so be.
Yo, a team for where the Monfa and Adjei. Reverend service no okay.
What means that you are going to help the person so that the person can take the anger from his heart. Hello, Kwajo.
Yo, Reverend, I say etuchesi kakra. Monfa and chain network, you know. Okay, Pacha walk say Okasa ne ban to bet me at waso.
Okay, and so there are 5 critical things I was saying in the apology language, you know, and language should always express regret. So person who bua uni amane de bonene cha one sem na o ano I was said Adjei say ade na odi nipa no wonu. So the first character of an apology language that is always express regret. Number 2, you should accept responsibility. You can accept responsibility and say my form my baby. And I'm not accepting it to forgive. When I'm asking for forgiveness, I'm not expressing any regret, you know. And it becomes very difficult for the person to forgive. Number 3, sometimes the apology language, you know, show willingness to make restitution. I thought that you were the end of the only panabia, Ubetimi, IABB, they solve problem now. Sometimes you take the step. And so let me go into the Bible. You know, Zach, I quite it here. I said, the quantum part you'll be at the Amebon say, and pray and night. So I'm ready to make restitution. My crowd will say, may ye be ama. At the end of the year, one I saw a kuma matimia a day. At Juano. We are not saying, say, we will be boniana with the Sikako patch or no, that is what we are saying. But sometimes you need to do something, be a bit manner easy for the person to forgive. So that is the third character of the apology language. No? Number one, they say it expresses regret. Number two, it accepts responsibility. Number three, sometimes it takes the steps to make restitution. Number four, it expresses the desire to change. It expresses the desire to change. Emma, nipa no say me nya ubiem. Like, this is not what I want to do. And the final one no, is a request for forgiveness. Say, and he said, I want you to, and I want to ask for your forgiveness. And so these things we are talking about, you know, sometimes we say, yeah, we Obeka se nipa no onye na just the becho nipa no makone ni but I said ofan cheme it is because who apology no who niema na wo kano so now he does still have a fear because who any desire to change or doing say adiana said the nipa nimti na wo ka bibisa et wonya ahondaso say adiana de ye no no onsa anye bi. And me bobosa niama enum say I just want to go back to it to mention them. Now yen taking a clue from it so that as we try to always remember these things, no, emra ya fuma foforo no, that we are helping them to heal from the impact of our offenses. Now ya buo omo amanfum so bi ayaye omo no, omo atimi a heal from it. Eti number one, the American says ya pese ye nuanam dem fum so cha ye na let us express regret. Number two, let us accept responsibility of the bad things that we have done. I am informed, so I am informed, so I didn't do well. Number three, sometimes if you can make restitution, no, ama the ensunsua form so na yeah and be ya awo nipa ne so no ebe for man sometimes it's good also to just desire to change. Manipani who say media to mu say adiana ode ye me de chewa na media de chewa on the condition that I feel putting at think cause me de chewa we won't say anye bi ma eboa ma ne de chewa easily. And the last thing no is to request for forgiveness. Meaning me. And normally I've always given an example. And it be also kwajo adia miye ye mejitum se manye ni ye na niama bi na ba ya ema abobo me so amantumi anye mesrew fa cheme na minim se bibi wo ho ametumi aye ama sa problem ya abai every wuswa. So this is a choice of words we use in order to help the offended to forgive us. Bra ya pesa ye nua ya fom no or they say these are some of the things that yes, shining so now offenses it in before for me. I just thought media I was speaking on Luke chapter 18. On himself for a city to Ginino. So Ginino is because or express a genuine desire or express a genuine desire to change from whatever offense and now you upon. And then that is what we are just waiting for. na emboa ye na mfunso bebre ne nkofom na yenya positive mindset emfa mo ye mbra na yenko ye nimo ye dada na muntu no nyame won hira ye asem mfunso bi da so wo fanje.
Amen. Matthew for where the message network nankasa has been an issue kakra, but Yadamasi said the biamunya emre ede emain and Reverend Anya and then because I've been doing some discussions via I think all the weekend in Ankasa no MTN has been an issue. Mobile networks so and it's been an issue. But here for your best Mumfa and chain. But the buying I think a idea a bit me be especially with the steps. No, Reverend, the only thing I be maybe say right now say if you can just repeat the steps now. I think Obia text me privately. Now or person who the steps and the me then said steps I am mostly you follow by no ebia de mu ba kumienu bi pe intimi for say it doesn't qualify it say nipa no what he or she said really meant it because ebi on my and hate all the way say obu okra accepting the responsibility or accepting the responsibility still or prove say wrong but I say I shall say or apologize be and or apologize. And I think that when it's that situation there, that it means you've not forgiven. So I just and I say you will not be forgiven. You will not be forgiven. And people will be asking, say, these steps, who should follow these steps?
Sure.
Instead of one going to apologize. And I say who?
There are two things, and then the idea about what your partner say, most of my idea and yeah, move on to me. It means that I no on Jin to Muse Wanyeni, Mona Mose Wanyeni. And I think that is a problem. And I'm really talking about the character of an apology language. Like I said, Onipano, O Sre from Swama, Onipano, a free Nimua, ama Nipano, when you were young, Biemua. Yawa Nsania Manuma, in some of Bacanachi, and now actions of Badanachi, dinner chino. The person who I was answering. And only the character of the apology language Jamaica wants them. And in Tikwaya me fast so enemy ni kasa Abraham from no. Am I expressing regret? The first thing is to express regret. Number two, to accept responsibility. Number three, if possible, sometimes number three, sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes, if it is possible, you want to make restitution. And you got your mama example time nintina we be a ukunu abafie wa anu adwane bi ansi ne ho or expected to have na adwane wo ho e bi aniama bi bebo you couldn't cook for the husband. So what do? Oh, ade asando do obi a menye tea bi mfama. So you are trying to do a restitution, something to soften the pain. Ade bi abema bia no ebe branse kakra and sometimes your apology language, say if it carries your willingness to make restitution, it helps the person to easily forgive you. Number four, they say it should genuinely express a desire to change. I was saying, for language, when nipa no say, said you mean you can say there, on yes, I did. But no, the one I could see pempen so say me titu mu say onye na adwen so obesa ye me bio. And the last one is to ask for forgiveness. And most of the time, this last one you escape. So after everything, make sure me patron facha me. I was okay. Please forgive me. It's very important because that is the main issue. So kasa tin you need to ask for forgiveness. Say the buyer nipa who say, ade na nipa ne yema me dia or free me China say me de beche. So if your apology language have these 5 characters now, easy say afo for the beche. So many ana will be this character express regret, accept responsibility, make restitution, express desire to change, and request for forgiveness. These are just the 5 characters of an apology language.
Okay, Reverend Yadasi Bebre. Disabre yatie for ni ahwefo say question bi biara amade anene na chese yede ene dwumadie no ebe si ahanom. Na Reverend Ansana ebia wo begya ye mukra na yede aseda kese be ma wo say abribia wo ne ebedi nkomo. Ene no yesua ne ma bebre e de free we say mu. Steps ne nkwa posi follow steps na me fo say ebeboa bebre ɛde asomdwe bebree ɛwɔ yɛ fiem ɛde asomdwe bebree baabi a yɛbɛpie bia ɛwɔ hɔ bia ti saa bere deɛ na kyerɛ sɛ deɛ mebisa nyinaa ne sɛ deɛ ba adeɛ nene wodi agyan
But I really want to go back. Forgiveness is not a feeling, it is a decision.
A decision.
Forgiveness is not a feeling, it is a decision. Because offenses has both emotional reality and mental reality. Nipa ya mfumso a ensusanso no ewo watinka mu sa wo wantwene mu. Eno nti na bra wo pese wo yi free wakoma mu no. O sa bo ho modin se wo beyi nsu de free wantwene mu. So take the time and make the decision that I want to forgive. Don't just say I feel like I have forgiven, so I have forgiven. Now, say, who engage your mind, you know, Emma watching ni jitu mu say, adie o ye dia think money the breme. But me nya imagine say me the imagine ba be die chire the imagine so. It me year free more fine. Emma o the watching ye dia was say o dia wa brako. And forgiveness is not just a feeling, it's a decision. And until the message say Obia, please go through the mental cycle so. Now make that bold decision. Say, I am forgiving this family channel. Me here free man junima. Me huno na me kaya. Me person the beba me timi no eye papa na enya boni. Kojo me so me sa ka say, ya ka say forgive and forget that. It doesn't mean say urefi there. Sometimes you still remember. But you have made the decision, say, I will not let it hurt me. Forgive and forget doesn't mean that you are forgotten about the hurt. But you have made the decision, say, so. All I'm saying is that forgiveness is not a feeling, it's a decision. Let us make the decision to forgive. Now I think, let us think positive. Now I speak, let us speak positive. Let us act positive. We are hoping that we achieve positive results. And I think that my exposition on Luke chapter 18, verse 9 to 14, it was deep. Sometimes you're a minister, you speak and you feel that you are speaking something that is deep. And message here for if you can go on Facebook or my page, just look for it and listen to it. And I talked about mercy. This year, I went to Kumasi and I was addressing the issue of mercy. It immediately said, let us go and look for it's about 31 minutes now. And na ayakwayenim awe ni nyankopon tem ayonko onyame onhyira yina.
Amen, amen. Yeah, that's be brave. Sabre ye bia na wuti na wo hwe na opese contact Reverend personally. Reverend number and a screen so obetime a contact no. Ebia we need the advice, you need some counseling, anything we open the doors at the ama obibiara obetime afre no na one no edi enkomo. Ti sabre the Reverend na chese the aseda kese be ma bejira tiefo ne ahwefo nyina na mu na yɛde energy no aba awie nti yɛtiefo sabre sɛ dwumadie si na samante yɛnka biom de ne na Reverend D and Adjei ene me na yɛne mu edi nkra ne sa yɛde maso bebre sɛ akribia munya emre ede mayen ti sabre commercial si na samante yɛnka biom na wɔtwe sɛ na yɛbɛsan ahyia mu biom mesrɛ sɛ bɔmɔden abra na one yɛn embenya nkita ho na uba ubesua bibi ebia na saa neman this 5 party na wunim sabre waba besua enti sa wofumo bia na if you really mean it or apologize here you know how to said ya ebema nipa ne behu say you are not being forced enti yada mas bebre sabre bia munya emre edman yada mas
Ghana fue yedie na bayo yedie na bay Epestin fertilizer booster aya purely organic efrasa asimu ene ya de masase no obo ade ensa no pe na menu akayo se wudro bia nim enti se ode yafu a anya ade aduaba no anase wo a wudi no benya soso bia na chese be ma kwaye aye dekorate kane no a ebe fa na tuma pa ede afra na de ma Epestin edan so kra de se ene ma no wadua na ewuo na flowers ni aduaba na etiti go no agya wadwo a se wudi Epestin kanu a ene tese magic no ebe ye prom fe na aso aba bebre ahwadi mu pa etise no kuafo ebenya sika ene anigye awo mabra bomu a na utimi se enya sam keto akora Epestin ya mammo piafo apanifo monfrɛ ahoman na monje nkyiremu ya ehye media 0552 505723 ana plus 160 922 78043 Epestin fertilizer booster piao mama fiadwuma ayane kapa
Making farming sexy again. Epestin.
Yeah, Kojo.
Yeah.